Good morning, friends. It's Monday morning, and that means it's time for another story time with Miss A, brought to you by the Northeast Branch of Reading Public Library. So this morning, our book is read with permission from Simon Schuster, book publisher, and it is called Sometimes Rain, with words by Meg Fleming and illustrations by Diana Sudyka. So let's look at this book here. I'm going to open up the front and the back cover. And so what do we see on these pages, on the cover pages? Well, we see a hill. What color is it? A green hill. Now the sky is sort of cloudy looking. We have raindrops. We have 3 children running with a dog, and it says sometimes rain. So if there's rain sometimes, what other sorts of weather do we have? Well, we have sunny days, we have just cloudy days, wind, we have all sorts of snow, different types of weather. But it's going to be sometimes rain, but always what? Let's find out. And again, we have that rainy picture in here. It says sometimes rain. We see a bird. Now this bird is called a robin. We can tell from its red chest there. And we see those a lot in the spring. We also have a woolly bear caterpillar. I just love those. So we know this book is going to take place inside or outside? Outside. So we have all sorts of things that you find outside in nature. And I picked this book specifically because of that, because it is Earth Month. And I want us to remember to treasure our precious home that is our planet. So sometimes rain. Sometimes drizzle, drip, drip, drain. Sometimes picnic, sometimes rain. So a drizzle, it's that little light rain. So we have a little drizzle or a big torrent of rain. A drizzle or a torrent. Either way, it can really interrupt a picnic. Sometimes dropping, steady chill. Sometimes frosting every hill. So if you look on those plants, they're white with frost. What kind of animal is that? A fox. Frost and fox both start with an F. And what do we see all over the ground here? What's that white stuff? It's snow. So what season do you think that is? Probably winter. So it's not raining sometimes. Sometimes it's snowing. It says sometimes sledding, frozen toes. Sometimes carrot, sometimes nose. So instead of just saying sometimes snow, they are talking about the things we enjoy in the snow outside. So sometimes we're having a picnic in the rain, enjoying outside, but it's snowing. Maybe we're sledding. Our toes are cold, but we're building a snowman. And it's so much fun. Sometimes twinkle, winter white, crystal garden, silver night. So is it daytime or nighttime? It's nighttime, and how can we tell? Because it's very dark, but wow, it is so pretty. And this makes me think of how much I love night times at winter, and everything seems so still out in the snow. Sometimes boring, wonder, wait. Sometimes early, sometimes late. So we see these kids out here, and what are they looking for? They're looking for little animals. So sometimes it's boring if we're waiting and waiting and we see no animals, but then sometimes right away, early, sometimes after a long time, late, we see them. You can see those tracks in the snow. Isn't the earth an amazing place? Sometimes clear, bright and glowing. So much melt, the mud is growing. So when all of that snow melts away, it turns into water. And what does water make with the ground, the dirt of our earth? Mud. So in the springtime, there's lots of mud. And these children, they had fun in the snow, but they also have fun in the mud. With their boots, they're playing in the dirt, making mud castles. The dog is covered in mud. They're saying, you know, in the rain it's fun, in the snow, and in the mud, our earth is always a fun place to be. Sometimes flying magic swing, blooming treehouse, happy spring. So that's the season we're in right now. And what do you see here on the tree? Well, we have birds in their nest. You might see those right now with little baby birds in them. And this tree is budding. The flowers are starting to bloom. And if you look at the streets in Reading right now, you'll see flowering trees like that everywhere. Wow, now this is pretty. What do you think these kids are doing on the hill? So they're lying there, and what's up there? All different clouds. So they are cloud gazing. You know, I used to love doing that with my grandparents as a kid. You look up at the clouds and you wonder, what does that shape look like? So it says sometimes dreaming open skies, sometimes chasing butterflies. So these are things you can do in spring. Sometimes blazing secret trails, sometimes finding frogs and snails. So I want you to look, can you find a frog and a snail on this picture? I already found them. Can you find them? So here is the snail, and where's the frog? Right here. And there's some other things too. We have our bird, our people. We have dragonflies, a turtle, a bird. Nature is a great place to explore, to find all sorts of creatures and plants. And seeing blazing secret trails. There is so much joy in hiking and enjoying and exploring nature. So where are they now? The beach. It says sometimes splashing, yellow sun, sometimes soaking, summer fun. So the most popular season to go to the beach is the summertime. Why? Because it's warm. Also, kids, you probably have vacation from school. Sometimes changing, vibrant trees, sometimes zipping out the breeze. So zipping out the breeze, she is zipping up her coat. So we wear a coat so we don't get too chilly in the breeze. Now look at these trees. What sorts of colors do you see? We see all sorts. We see greens, yellows, oranges, and reds. So what season do the trees change color? In the fall. So sometimes we have spring, we have summer, fall, winter, all different seasons on this amazing planet of ours. Ooh, this is one of my favorite things to do in fall. They are stomping on leaves and crunching them under their feet. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So it says sometimes stomping, leafy crunch, sometimes eating apple lunch. Have you ever gone apple picking? That is one of my favorite things to do with my family. Ooh, and what's this? A big pile of leaves, and who's in there? All of our kids. Have you ever jumped into a giant pile of leaves? I've jumped into a small one, but never one as big as this. It looks so much fun. But it says sometimes piles 10 feet tall, sometimes jumping into, what season is it again? Fall. Yeah, sometimes jumping into fall. And we see all sorts of critters in the trees here too. We find some birds. Those are cardinals. And what's this? A squirrel. Wow. So what season comes after fall? Winter. So we're back at winter again. Our world is always changing. How amazing. It says sometimes wandering far or near, always knowing someone here. So they're saying hi to their friends in the wintertime. Always ready, stay or roam. Always welcome. Always home. The end. So what does that mean? No matter where we roam, we're always home? It's because the earth is our home. So that's why we all really need to work to take care of it. Earth is important. We only have one home. And so I hope you enjoyed this book. I think the watercolor pictures are so pretty, and I don't know about you, but I love spending time outside, so I really love this book. Now, if you want to, you can pick up a Go Pack at the Northeast branch of the Reading Public Library, and we will have a Go Pack with a craft inside for you. So all we're going to be making this week is something I really like, and it is called a nature paintbrush. So the first thing you want to do is go on a little hike or walk with your family, and you're going to be picking up leaves, branches, pine needles, any sort of thing you think would make a good paintbrush. So there'll be a sort of branch pencil in your bag you can use as a handle. If you'd like to make more, you can pick up sticks, but basically you're going to take your branch, you are going to then take some pine needles or leaves, whatever you want to use as paint bristles, bunch them up around the base of your brush handle, so basically a stick or the pencil I've put in your bag, and then use the yarn provided in your bag or a rubber band or hair tie to secure those bristles around the bottom of your brush. Then there should be at least one color of paint in your container as well as some paper, and you can just dip that paintbrush into that paint like a normal paintbrush and then practice painting. So parents, if you have younger kids, this is a great process art activity. Now, if any older kids are watching this or have the Go Pack and want to just use this for whatever painting project, that's fun. Do whatever you want. See if you can paint your normal pictures with the brush. But for little ones, parents, just let them explore, sort of give them free rein to draw whatever they want. They'll build fine motor skills just by holding the paintbrush and moving it around, and it'll really get them ready to write later on. So I hope you enjoy painting with your nature paintbrush. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I will see you next Monday at 10 a.m. for another Storytime with Miss A. Bye friends, and have a great rest of your week.